Hello, my dear friends. I want to welcome you once again to my YouTube channel, your channel of choice for serious discussions about things that matters. Thank you for joining me once again. Straight to our point of discussion today, nation building. I want to talk about our country, Nigeria. Some people are so dismayed, so discouraged, angry, bitter at the realities of the events around us. People are angry about the status of our country. How did things get this bad? All these are valid questions or status of feelings. No man can rightly get angry that Nigerians are angry about the status of their country. Like you, my friend, I'm a Nigerian. My expectations concerning this nation are high and lofty. And I can tell you they are far from being met. So why would I want to delve into that topic, nation building? Because more than ever, it is critical for all as Nigerians to come together to begin to review our perceptions, our beliefs, our behaviors, our utterances, our declarations concerning this nation. Except we want to argue it out that Nigeria is a mistake. And some have actually made mention of things like that in the past, or stated their beliefs that Nigeria shouldn't have been, or Nigeria is a nation that is yet to be born. But be that as it may, this is a nation that's been in existence for close to 110 years. As a matter of fact, people talk about the 1914 amalgamation. But what most people are really familiar with is the days and the year of our independence, October 1st, 1960. So our country is well over 54 years old. And for a country that is this old, certain things are expected or is a given. And when you look at the status of our nation today, you may be excused, and one could be excused for having a feeling or a perception that Nigeria is a country that is yet to be. Having said that, I am coming on a platform of reviewing our present status towards improving on the future that lay ahead of us and our children, grandchildren, and those that are far ahead of them in terms of the existence of the country and the world in general. What is nation building? When you and I answer that question, we will be in a better position to appreciate the role that we can play as a citizen of this great country called Nigeria. Nation building is simply the aggregate of efforts of the citizens of a country to make sure that country arrive at a place of pride, of progress, of development in all spheres of human endeavors over a given period of time. And as such, it should be sustainable. I want to repeat, nation building is aggregate. That means it encompasses the efforts of everybody. So nobody is more important than other in nation building. In our case as a nation, there is no ethnic group that is more important than the other. Everybody that is in this environment, so to say, is important. This environment that is called Nigeria, everybody in it is important. As a matter of fact, I have seen arguments, outbursts due to frustration that we are better off without certain groups, but I know that at the end of the day, we all need each other in one way or the other. Of course, could we be better structured? Could the structure of our government be much more better than what it is? I have no doubt about that. As I always believe, there is room for improvement. We can always improve. Making it come down to us as individuals. How do we engage in nation building? It doesn't matter where you and I end up tomorrow. The truth of the matter is that we are, first of all, Nigerians. One of my closest friends used to tell me that when they call him that he's from Africa, he gets angry. And he tells them, I am from Nigeria. He is very proud of his heritage. How do I, as an individual, how do you, as an individual, contribute in nation building? Number one is that you must take personal governance. That means in everything you do, you must be conscious of yourself. You must be conscious of the kind of activities you engage in that may impair or impair the progress and the well-being of our nation. Of course, the normal refrain is that, who am I out of estimated 250 million Nigerians? What impact would my behavior or lack of it have on the well-being and the progress of Nigeria? I'll tell you, it will have a lot of impact when we start taking personal responsibility, or what I call personal governance, in the ways we conduct our affairs, in the kind of things we do. Nigeria will be a better place. I'll give you an example. When you go around, you see things that are naturally not in consonance with your expectation for a developed country. You see refuse, you see chaos, you see bad roads, you see poor roads, you see, so many things. Beggars on the street. And the tendency is to say, what is even going on? But the better way to approach this is to ask, how may I contribute positively to alter the realities that I'm seeing around me? So in taking personal responsibility, on engaging in personal governance, is to do things the right way. I have had to drive after a commercial bus at a time because I saw somebody throw out a PET bottle on motion. Of course, there was nothing I could do, but I shouted at the person. I can't remember what I said. I was very angry. If one of us decide to make a difference in a particular aspect of our corporate national life, I can tell you, before you know it, the movement will continue. It will grow bigger and it will be better. So, taking personal responsibility to do the right thing at all times is a very, very important step in nation building. The second aspect that I want to talk about is our utterances. What do we say about our country? There is power in the tongue. The Bible says, those that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. Some Nigerians, unfortunately so, from the moment they wake up in the morning, they start cursing this nation. Some will even say they regret the day they were born in Nigeria, etc. It is born of frustration, but we must be careful. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. That's what the Bible says. I'm quoting from King James Version now. That means what you think actually is the reflection of who you are. So what you say indeed is reflection of who you are. All of us. And it doesn't matter. Some people will say, oh, you that you are talking is because you are this, you are that. No. It is because we can choose to speak positive things about our nation. The words of your mouth, the words of my mouth are powerful. We must deliberately move away from making negative declarations. In fact, some lay curses on Nigeria and its leadership. We must be careful in that regard. Declare those things that you want to see about Nigeria. Some people will tell you this is why Nigeria is not moving forward. You have this kind of statement. What has that got to do with bad governance and everything? But you see, I repeat, there is power in your word. There is tremendous power in my word and yours. Third thing I want us to take cognizance of is to contribute in our own corner towards the changing of the narrative. Contribute. No matter how you consider it insignificant, make a contribution. For instance, when you see that something is not the way it's supposed to be, try and make the change. You can talk to tricycle riders, you can talk to commercial drivers, you can talk to members of your church, you can talk to your friends, you can talk to your children. This is the acceptable manner of behavior. You can engage in your community development associations, your street meetings, and make your views known with respect, with maturity, with consideration for the feelings and sensitivity for the perceptions of others. Because after all, we are different beings. Different in our backgrounds, different in our educational levels, different in every experience and perception. So when you are talking to people, you must understand that if you are going to get through to them. I want to enjoin us with this video that as we continue to look forward to a great nation, some people tell you it is too late. Some people tell you it can never be well with the devil, not with Nigeria. We must never, I beg you, my friends, we must never let the situation of our country bring us into a despair. If you are enjoying this video, I want to implore you to subscribe to my channel, like, comment, share. When we come together and you support me in this way, this channel will grow and will have more reach and thereby the impact that we desire. I want to thank you for joining me again today. Your time is critical and important. God bless you. I see you in the next one. Go ahead and be great. Cheers.